Unforgetable Filly we saw earlier, second in the Nell Gwyn, and the plan to go for the Guineas.
Very much so, yeah. She's come forward already from her run, and I think she'll continue to progress into the race. It's finishing second in the Nell Gwyn. It was the prep run that Sky Lantern had ahead of winning it, and if this dry weather keeps up, the faster the ground, the better for her. Fingers crossed.
And were you using the Nell Gwyn as a trial for the Guineas, or were you going there thinking this is a nice prize to win?
Very, very much we went there as a trial. The last horse I had that second, the Nell Gwyn, went there, and the Nell Gwyn was her Guineas. But this filly, it was very much a trial. She got a little bit tired, still had some way to come in her coat, and hope that she'll be absolutely there, spot on Guineas Day. But she'll have to beat the horse that beat her, and everyone else besides. So it's no easy task.
Crimean Tatar, what's the plan for him?
Crimean Tatar could easily go to the I think it's called the Al Rayyan at Newbury, which used to be the listed Aston Park, is now Group 3, and so he could very easily go there. He could also go to the Yorkshire Cup. He's a very exciting horse, very lightly raced, and I think he's got a very bright future.
Wall of Fire, one that could be on his travels later in the year.
He will be on, all being well, he'll be on his travels later in the year. He's been on his travels already. Been to the desert this year, and he was sixth in the Dubai Gold Cup in a race that wasn't really run to suit him. He'd probably go to the Yorkshire Cup. We've got a team of nice stayers in Crimean Tatar, Wall of Fire, To Be Wild, and less exposed horse called Kassem as well. And so try to avoid running them against each other as much as I can.
Best of Days, the Royal Lodge winner, what's the plan for him?
Plan for him is a Derby trial of some description. He's in the Dante, and he ran very well at York, so that's quite a possibility. But there are others as well.
Do you see him as a 1.5 mile horse?
Yeah, very much so. He's a son of Asimore, who won the King George, and his mother won a stakes race over 1.5 miles, and she was by High Chaparral, who won 2 derbies. So both sides of his pedigree say that 1.5 miles should be his trip, and who knows, he might even get further come the end of the year.
And he did run on quick ground last year, but is he one that you think might be better on with a bit of cut in the ground?
I wouldn't be too worried about the words good to firm, but I want the words in places to be there as well, I think. It was very, very quick when he won the Royal Lodge, and it was only really a superb ride from James Doyle that managed to get him to win the Royal Lodge, and he used his stride on the uphill section of the Rolling Mile just as they run up towards the 3. He made his winning move there in the race and was able to cling on, because we knew the ground was going to be too quick for him, but that was the obvious target. So look, they do change. We felt Galileo Gold wouldn't go on fast ground at the end of his 2-year-old season, but a year on he worked on lightning quick ground at the Rolling Mile this week and absolutely loved it. So they do change.
And Manchego?
Manchego needs to win a maiden before anything else, but if he does win his maiden and win it nicely, he could go to a Derby trial. He's a horse I think a lot of. He wouldn't want very fast ground. Tends to rain occasionally at Chester, it seems, the May meeting. They don't tend to get, by the river there doesn't seem to be rattling quick ground. So if he were able to win his maiden the next week or so, then Chester could be an option for him.
Do you have a few 3-year-olds like that? There was the virus here in Newmarket last year. That stopped you getting a few of the horses out that you'd like to have done last season?
We were pretty lucky health-wise last year. I'd be lying if I said that we were completely clear all year. But a lot of our horses had the opportunity to win races. Manchego was backward, not sick, and he's a very late foal as well. He's foaled in May, so he's not even 3 yet. So I think that was why he only got 1 run. But certainly there's an awful lot of maidens are hot at the moment for that reason.
And Afandem we saw earlier, what's the plan for him?
He will stick to 5 furlongs, and we might stretch it to 5.5 in France, but he'll stick to 5 furlongs predominantly, and ground no faster than good, really.
Royal Ascot, a target?
As I say, ground no faster than good. We had a disgustingly wet Ascot last year, so I hope for Ascots and all the ladies' sakes and their hats that it doesn't happen 2 years in a row. But we'll just have to see. All those races are options for him.
And finally, a couple of sharp 2-year-olds you mentioned, Brady earlier, Never Back Down and Encrypted. What's the plan for them?
Well, I mean, the plan is to make them winners and see where they get to. They're both horses, you know, one's by Kodiak, one's by Showcasing, both by remarkable sires of 2-year-olds, and they look like they've got potential to be real sort of precocious, speedy types in the first few weeks of the season anyway. So I hope they are.